Bang, I rep BGE forever. Do the that nigga foot to the pedal. I rep BGE forever. Do the that nigga foot to the pedal.
Vlad got these guests on, earn these motherfuckers out, bro. He like, yeah, let's go and put the nail in the coffin on them.
So, yo, Vlad hit me twice. He didn't get an answer. He hit me a third time. I could say, all right, it looked like Vlad needs me to suit up. I don't know who's missing on the field, but I got to come in here and drop 80. I'm here, Vlad. What's going on? What's going on in the kingdom?
Yeah, well, you know, the Aries Spears stuff is going to drop right around the same time this is dropping, so we're not going to talk about that because there's an hour of me talking about that. But I think the proper way to start this is the whole Boosie situation, which you jumped into as well, to the point where Boosie even responded to you at one point. What do you think overall of that situation?
By the way, I love the platform. So,
know what Boosie said, man? This Vlad boy, academic Vlad boy, man. So he gonna agree with everything out there, even if it makes sense and it's logical, man. He still gonna, you know.
You said this before. Yeah. All of us, like, you know, new media guys, we're all friends. We all trade ideas. We all speak. And I love for each platform, usually they have that one particular show or guest that they have some great synergy with. And when it comes to Vlad TV, it's obviously Boosie. We love watching Boosie on Vlad TV. We like Sean Cotton with Charleston White. Wack and Adam, they do a good job.
Yep.
And I enjoy that. Now,
yeah, them is the tag teams, bro. Wack and Adam, Charleston White, and Say Cheese. They call that shit Say Charleston TV, nigga. You heard me? Say Charleston TV. You got motherfucking Vlad and Boost, man. Now it's over with, man.
I noticed I didn't see Boosie on for a while.
Yeah, about 7 months or so, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things that we're usually saying, but what does Boosie think? What's going on with Young Thug? What's going on with Gucci? And, you know, me and you spoke, and we spoke privately, and you kind of told me what was going on, but I was just like, you know what? And you know, this been my conversation with you. I said, hey, listen, it's going to work it out. And you know, and I don't know if you'll admit this now that we're on camera, but when you've kind of even given me the situation, I'm like, you know what? You know, Boosie's like, he's such a really good guest for you. I think you guys are so special. This is such a special connection. I get it because I understand like his side of stuff, but I understand your side. Sometimes you have to like take the loss a little bit just to make him feel good, but you got to keep the show going. And it felt like it was, you know, I kept encouraging like, you guys are going to work it out. And you know I've said that to you. You guys are going to work it out.
Right. And I just want to say that you knew about my situation with me and Boosie.
Yes.
Probably weeks before Boosie, you know, went public with it. But we kept it quiet.
Yes.
When
Cause that shit was behind the scenes, man. But when you bring that shit to the public, everybody in on it, fool. You get everybody on the internet opinion. Now you give Vlad the opportunity to come out and really air you the fuck out. Tell the truth, nigga. Put the numbers out there. So everybody was on your side at first. They was like, damn, Vlad, $5,000? Come on, Russian white man. You got that, bro. You could have gave that to Boosie. Boosie worth $5,000. And then we find out this nigga was already getting 25. Like, hold on, what? So Boosie was getting 12.5K every 2 hours to goddamn. I mean, 12.5K an hour to talk. What the fuck? Then we got to thinking in our head, damn, is Boosie interview that goddamn? Was it that good? Shit, I might have to try to do me some Boosie, yeah. But what Boosie did is put out the Boosie number, nigga. That fucked up the game. Yayo say he need a raise now, man. He did the Vlad interview. Vlad, they need a raise, man. But nah, Yayo grateful. He just playing. But then you got Aries Spears got for real. Him and Aries Spears got into it for real. And he just gave that nigga a raise. But that Boosie number came out. Motherfucker like, damn. Then they thinking, well, Boosie ain't even on there no more. So I know he got some free, his goddamn money done freed up, boy. He got a free 25 bands to goddamn me play with, bro. I know I'm good for 10, Vlad. Right? Right, Vlad? Vlad like, hell to the no.
Told you
I gotta go to my computer and crunch the numbers. Like, Vlad don't give a fuck who left and who gone, who what. Boy, I gotta go to this computer, man. You ain't bringing in that much. Can't do it, fam.
said, listen, this is what's happening. Don't say anything.
Yep. Facts.
Because it might blow over, but even if it doesn't, that was personal business conversations with me and Boosie, who I still respect, who I still consider a friend. So don't say anything. But, you know, me being friends with you, you knew about it. So it was no shock when it came out.
And I thought it was going to resolve itself. And the moment I seen Boosie make the comment, well, I'm going to do my own interview.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, he's still
but he said, not Vlad.
Yes.
He threw my name in it.
But I'm like, you know, he's still being a little bit evasive. And then he finally came out and said, well, I'm not doing Vlad because of $5,000.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he threw it out there. A nigga put it in the comment. I don't know, that shit was intentional or what. But he was like, nah, you ain't gonna see me on Vlad no more. You know what I'm saying? Cause Vlad wouldn't give me an extra $5,000.
And this is where I knew you were put in the ultimate pickle. And that being, the fans don't know what the actual business is behind you working with someone like Boosie.
Mm-hmm.
I know. You've told me, hey, listen, I'm paying this guy, paid him $25,000.
Yeah.
That's top dollar for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's people can get a Boosie verse from what I've heard. I don't want to, mess up his rates.
For $1,500, $5,000, $3,000, you can get Boosie on the song, but that nigga want to do an interview for goddamn me $25,000.
Less than $25,000.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard that too.
So you are doing an interview that's helping to promote him. You know, I've always, me and you have slightly different business models. You will compensate your guest. Me, I'll wait till the guest needs me for the promotion because I look at it as it's like a quid pro quo, as they call it, right? It's like, hey, listen, well, I'm helping promoting your product and you are giving me content for my platform. And that's the kind of invisible handshake, even though I know these days it's much more than that. That's why you involve compensation. So when I'm looking at that with Boosie, I'm like, okay, all right, you guys are going to figure it out. And the 25K is a really good figure. Once he says the 5,000, I'm like, what does Vlad do here? And I was surprised, but actually proud of you slightly. Because transparency is always the key online. I've always told people, if you want to talk, I could talk about anything.
Tell the truth, nigga. Because you lying, or you leave out some shit, or you try to create a narrative, a motherfucker gonna bust it open with the transparency that a motherfucker can't deny. That's what happened to Boosie. He said it was over $5,000. Vlad came out, 20,000. I don't even really get paid from his interviews. I've been making 10,000. Now a normal nigga is like, well, damn, put myself in Vlad's shoes. Would I only make 10 while that nigga make 25? No. I don't know if I like Boosie that much. I would have did that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was my money, I don't think I would have motherfucking gave this nigga 25 and I'm getting 10. Hell no. We were gonna have to split that shit. I was gonna have to give 15, boy. The other 5 gonna go just straight to the company. Fuck that. So we'll split it 2,500. We can get 15, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. We get 17.5 a piece, nigga. Or what, nigga? What you want to do? Other than that, I don't know about giving you 25 and me 10 over and over and over again. Then most of your shit get demonetized. Motherfucker get limited. Motherfucker ain't making no money. You do a lot of cussing. You talking about crazy shit. But Vlad be asking you some of the crazy shit now. But he probably like ask you questions to keep it monetizable. And then you go off on some shit and be you and Charleston White. That shit kind of like a nigga. I may make a bag, or the nigga I might not make shit if they say too much.
I'm just gonna say the things that you probably were thinking I wasn't going to say, because you're saying, "Nah, I thought that was private," and you did that. You came out with the facts. Hey, he's getting 25,000. I think the moment fans' ears heard that, they weren't on Boosie's side anymore. Boosie did a really good job of saying 5,000, where people probably thought that maybe he's only getting 5,000 and he wants another 5,000.
Or maybe he's getting 50 and 5,000 is just a little 10% bump. Because because listen, no.
I don't think they thought he was getting 50.
Well, hold on. I didn't mention this before, but if you watch the Breakfast Club interview with Boosie, he said, I get 500,000 a year doing Vlad TV interviews.
Yeah.
Remember, I made a little GoFundMe page to make fun of that? I said, yo, man, I can't afford to pay Boosie $500,000. I need a GoFundMe. Some people actually donated. I stopped and gave people their money back. I was trolling. But yeah, he said that he makes $500,000 a year doing interviews with me. So, and I'm thinking that when he's throwing that out, because it's like, well, $500,000 a year is asked for 5,000. That's like 1%. Like, why are you being so cheap? And everyone's like, yo, man, Vlad pay Boosie's 5,000. You gonna make it back. He's made more than that. Like, people started attacking me over that comment.
But by and large, in part, I'm gonna be honest, people are fucked up out here, man.
Yeah.
I think most of the conversations and comments I saw were people saying, yo, dude, you sit at your house, which you also kind of really accurately painted how much effort he has to put in. You
Zero.
Maybe walk into a room that is at your house. You've set up all the equipment. You've flown thousands of miles. You've brought all the people, and he has to talk to you for 2 hours, and he gets a $25,000 check. And I think people looked at that and said, okay, all right, we get it. You wanted a raise, but it's more to the story, because when you first said it was over 5,000, you made it seem as.
Then we started thinking about, damn, we wish we could get a goddamn job. We ain't doing shit. Could go goddamn in our boxes in the next room and do an interview and make 25. Yeah, we can goddamn get dressed up, fly, just to go in here to make 25K. That's crazy. You ain't gotta sweat. You can smoke a blunt in your house. All type of shit. Family in the next room. You smoke some, nigga. You can drink some. Get it poppin'. Even if Vlad's studio, Vlad in LA. Boy, you can get smoke good up out there, motherfucker. Then go up in there, Vlad. The cherry Vlad. The cherry.
As if maybe you weren't being fairly compensated in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people are fucked up out here. 25,000, and another thing, which is not necessarily a gripe at you, because I'm not necessarily in that business, but I've told you this many times, Vlad. I said, these problems you're having, you created yourself. You created an infrastructure in a market. A lot of, not only for your own selfish purpose, you wanted to compensate fairly the people that worked with you. But what happened is that then you start a whole market where people start watching other people's paycheck. They start watching your pockets, because when you could pay them 25, they're wondering, people have this saying that if they pay you 25, they're getting 3 times more. Right. So now they're watching you.
Yeah.
And that turns into, the moment you said you paid Tekashi 6ix9ine the most ever, everybody probably started to look around and say, who was the previous guy who got paid the most ever, and what do we think it is?
Yeah, I really feel that the
big nigga started the Boosie number, bro. That's what that shit called, bro, on the internet, boy. That shit called the Boosie number. That shit right here done started the Boosie number, man. And Vlad might have fucked himself up. Vlad might have did that shit. Because he said that shit about Tekashi. Then they got the Boosie number started. But then Boosie was like, what the fuck? Nigga, I should get paid an extra 5. Then after him, Eric Spears was like, damn, Boosie getting 25? I should get paid a couple more, right? Like everybody got the goddamn me get the I should.
Business relationship
I should.
ended with Boosie being jealous of 6ix9ine's appearance fee, and then Harry Spears got jealous of Boosie's appearance fee. You know,
Domino effect.
It was like a domino effect, but I'm okay with that because I'm down to be transparent. And when I'm transparent, and when you look at the numbers, and remember I threw out, I'm like, yo, he gets about 5.5 million views, and this is about how much? Maybe around 35,000. You know, maybe a little more once you cut expenses, but it only is about $10,000 profit margin. Like no one said, oh, Vlad's lying. He's really making 10 times that. You have a whole YouTuber community out there that knows these numbers, including yourself. No one said Vlad's lying. He's really pocketing way more than that. He's being cheap. No one said I was lying. Not a single person. And the thing with Boosie was that, and I don't think I've mentioned this before, when we first started the conversation, the first thing he said was, yo, Vlad, people are DMing me and saying that they're going to cancel their paid subscription if I don't come back on. They're all going to cancel, Vlad. They're canceling their paid subscription. And this is what I mean about making business decisions based on.
Man, niggas ain't finna do shit, fool. Boosie was lying, man. Vlad ain't lost no goddamn subscription, man. Why would you subscribe for content he putting out free, for one? For two, I don't think Boosie or Eric Spears is that goddamn popping that niggas is out here trying to pay a damn subscription to join so they can get the content early type shit. I don't know that, Vlad. Like, I don't know, man. I fuck with Boosie, though. I fuck. Eric Spears is funny. He funny ass nigga. I don't know about all that, man. Niggas got motherfucking big-headed, fool. Damn, they could have just let the money everybody was eating, bruh. Why niggas always fuck up the bag? Now this 25K, Charleston White finna get. That's what he finna DB up that shit. He probably finna charge Vlad 15 now. 15 every time, nigga. I'm on that bitch, Vlad.
Comments or DMs or something your man tells you. Like, you don't base business decisions on there. Because I think in Boosie's head, he's thinking, man, all these people are paying Vlad for paid memberships.
Why not?
For me. They're all there for me. Well, I'm going to start my own Patreon.
Niggas been buying Vlad shit before you, man. And that's why him starting his own Patreon didn't work. That shit flopped. Man, we gotta go with damn, man. You fucked up a 25K bag for $1,000. Just so you could say you did it without Vlad. Man, damn.
Boosie thought it was bigger than the program.
And they're all going to come to me.
Vlad, you've been keeping kid gloves with him, and he's been keeping kid gloves. Because I can tell y'all love each other.
Yeah.
But still, Boosie thought it was bigger than the program, right? Like, let's be honest. Again, we love Boosie, and that's the thing. Because he even, when he aimed some comments at me, he was like, well, you're Vlad's boy, this and third. I'm like, listen, there's no other way to actually look at this, right? And I tried to look at it another way. Because
Vlad,
a lot of times when you deal with people who have helped businesses through its growth, they'll use these non-tangible things to put to a worth. When you come up and you say, hey, listen, you did 4.5 million views. This is what the numbers is. If this is how the percentage is, this is what you get and I get. This is what overhead is to create all this stuff. There is no conversation. He won't even talk the numbers. So that's when people use intangibles to actually try to, massage what they actually want. These are the intangibles. Well, I made you cool.
Yeah.
Well, the black community didn't like you.
Yeah.
I made you. You know how many rappers called me? And when they called me, they were like, "Why you rock with that guy?"
Yeah.
And those are like the intangibles where he's saying, for whatever I'm asking you that doesn't make sense on paper, I need to be compensated that way. Right?
Yeah.
And you know, I've always said, listen, I understand those intangibles, but a lot of times people start feeling that they're valued that when their numbers start dipping. Right?
Yeah.
It's not that
Which his numbers did. His numbers have dipped over time. The pandemic, his numbers were crazy. Now the numbers are a fraction of that.
So
that's life.
Like, put it like this, and I made like an analogy, right? You know, I don't know your numbers necessarily. I don't know if it's true, but I said there was probably a time where when Boosie was a regular guest on a particular given month, when he had an interview, maybe his views for that interview constituted about like 30% or maybe 40% of your overall channel views. This is way back, right? I said now, when he does an interview, it's probably 10%, maybe less for that month, because you have grown. The business has grown. You have a lot more known and also frequent guests that also give valuable insight that also do numbers. Maybe not Boosie numbers, but does numbers enough that could sustain. Maybe 2 of those equal a Boosie or 3 of those.
Right.
And what that does is that what Boosie's thinking his value is, your value when you're bringing in 10 million views and the channel does 20 versus you bringing 8 million views and the channel is now doing 60.
Right, but let me just put it in context for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we do tens of millions of views every month.
Yeah.
Right? Like we did like close to 400 million views last year. So very few guests just move the needle completely. Right? They just don't, because you're also looking at an 18-year catalog, and certain videos in that catalog are still getting views. Now, it's not so much...
You're the king of flashbacks, too.
Yeah, but the flashbacks don't really do that well.
Man, well, the amount of times I've seen this goddamn Gucci video is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, because
like,
Gucci's in the... You know, and I've never had a real Gucci interview outside of that one, so that's what I'm going to use. But the thing is that the catalog itself continues to get views, especially like the life story pieces on people, like the evergreen content. Now, with Boosie, it's not really evergreen content. It's what are the current events happening right now? When he said, yo, my grandkids aren't going to make any money and you're going to still be making money off my videos. Like, I'm really not. I'm really not. Like, the videos we do are for the moment. There's a huge jump in the beginning, and then over the next week or two, it kind of goes down close to zero. And that's what it is, man.
I rep BGE forever. Do the that nigga foot to the pedal. I rep BGE forever. Do the that nigga foot to the pedal.